Alright, everyone. Let's play some Fallout 76. Mostly gonna be doing some grinding. Most everyone says that they're here for my commentary, so mostly going to be crapping on feral ghouls, running from death claws. I do have a level 25 character, and we are playing with Fallout 76, or Fallout First. Wow. Talk about a misspeak right there. Mistakes were made early this morning. I intended to get up early and knock out chores, get everything ready, be nice and awake, record for a few hours, get off about 6-ish my time, and do some editing. When you plan to record at noon, and then you fail to wake up till like 12:10, it is rather hard to knock out everything in between. Oh well, what can you do? What can you do? But yeah, goals for today: take over a lot of workshops, do a lot of grinding. I am out of screws, and I need to make some excavator power armor. So we're gonna see what happens. I got a few friends who also want to get back into this game, but they're leery of the idea. And normally they end up relying on me to start some of this stuff and get ready and prepared. Now the question is, I'm trying to remember what I was doing last time I was on this. I think I just got done selling some stuff. I ran out of resources, and I logged off. So let's go. Well, let's go get molested by a bunch of ghouls. See what happens. I should be careful running through here. Normally something big spawns in. Nope, just the wolf. Give that sneak attack bonus. Clack, clack, motherfucker. And what is this thing made out of? God damn it. They make these things different. I'll take that wolf meat though. I am running low on stim packs. I have not quite got established enough to farm those. Normally there's a second wolf around here, which I'll take that over a death claw. Hello there, Black. Blackie, where you at? What you doing? Damn it! This is not Call of Duty. I can't aim assist shoot. Blackie ate some paper. Oh, crap. Need to silence that. Don't need the phone going off during recordings. That looked just so unprofessional. Because I am totally a professional YouTuber. Not really, more of a professional idiot. Damn it. The question is, did I piss off all the residents? I think I did. I did. And this is where the fun begins. Ow. Okay. Shit. And you get some buckshot. And you get some buckshot. I kind of like you, so you get birdshot. Yeah. Can I, pretty please, move game? Pretty please. Thank you. Wow. Ow. I really need the excavator power armor. Ah, that is such a worthless gun. I just want to know what drugs Bethesda was on when they created some of this stuff. Because none of it makes sense. Eventually, we'll find an assault rifle and show you that. Crap. Shit. Well, the Wendigo hasn't showed up yet. But Blackie's back, so... This is a little bullshit. And now we're just gonna cheese wheel our way to victory. Hopefully. When critically injured, just eat. Eat your way to victory. And then take some drugs. Okay, that should be good. Oh, I need some new weaponry. That's another thing we're going to try to achieve today. There is a weapon called a Gatling gun. And I would kill... Oh, I mean, I literally am going to kill to get my hands on that. Take a couple golf balls. And some bowls. This game will turn you into a hoarder, that's for sure. That's a Wendigo. And this is what most of this game devolves down to. You just run around, and you collect stuff to make stuff. There's some 44 ammo. Woo, blood bag. We need a stockpile of those. Because they will come in handy soon. Grab all these. Grab whatever is not nailed down. You definitely need to grab everything that is not nailed down. I want to know if that's a Fallout 3 reference. I don't think I ever got that confirmed. I believe it's Fallout 3. There is a vault that has a cloning project, which lore of this game for anyone who doesn't know Fallout. There's these things called vaults, which I can explain a lot more of the lore of this crap later. Not the best at lore, but you know, conversation, stuff to talk about. Anywho, so there's vaults, which part of the reason why this is called Fallout 76 is because we come out of Vault 76. Vault 76 was one of the good vaults. The fact that I had to preface that Vault 76 was one of the good vaults should be terrifying. I think the Wendigo broke. So, there's a handful of controlled vaults, because Fallout, depending on what group of people, who the developers were of which Fallout games, because Bethesda bought the rights to Fallout and started producing them after a couple of failed projects came out. So the first couple Fallouts were made by someone else. I believe they were called Interplay. It's been a minute. But, this stuff was made, like, way back in the 90s, so PC, top-down, isometric, kind of turn-based. That's why some of the skills are what they are, because they're trying to, keep things in line with that. Pick a lock, pick a lock. Only it worked that well in real life. Maybe then I wouldn't have had to break into my own house a couple times. Yet nothing more embarrassing than when you accidentally lock yourself out of your house. And you just changed your pants, so you left like your keys and all that shit in the pockets of your dirty jeans. Yep, be careful when you form the habit of locking your door every time you walk out of it. That was creepy. But anywho, Fallout originally was the idea of, if you go back to like the 20s up to the 60s, and then you just look at the future. What does the future look like from the point of view of the 20s, right? Well, computers aren't all that great. They're nothing really to shake a stick at. But like we have nuclear power, we're kind of doing this whole military thing. Got all sorts of things going on. And that's part of the reason why power armor looks the way it does. It's so clanky. It's clanky, clunky, and just unwieldy, and just Rocket Man type shit. And nuclear power is the way of the future, and all this other stuff. And gasoline is just becoming obsolete. All those, deep vein type, like crude oil, like some of the stuff that we're able to tap into now, wasn't possible. You weren't going to ever get that. There's no way to harvest it. So you're just boned, right? So basically, you're looking at the future. What does 2077 look like from the eyes of someone from like 1920? You know, you have the whole flying cars, the overbuilt robots. Because one of the fun things about this franchise, the transistor was never invented. Like, all the technology we had to make, like, smartphones and stuff never existed. So if you want a stronger computer, those old, like, World War II first computers, yeah, we got slightly more advanced than that. And by slight, we're talking a fraction of a fraction. So, they ended up just making things bigger. Like, this is a top-line computer for the average person. Granted, this one has been, let's go with hollowed? It's not a virgin anymore. We'll just go with that. Like, that is a top-line computer. Like, you'll find those all over the place. Or computers of that similar kind of design. Like, you'll find ones that are, like, mounted on walls and stuff, where, like, the chassis and everything are different, because you can mount all the components inside the wall. This one's meant to be, you know, your standard-issue tower computer. And when you say stuff like that, you start to realize, oh, technology fucking blows. And that's part of this. So, basically, you have the crude understanding of computers and stuff from, you know, way back in the day. Transistor was never invented, and now you're thinking of the future from that point of view. Well, things further fall off the rails from there, because now you gotta think of the future. What is that bright, kind of sunshiny day? And then you're gonna bomb the ever-living fuck out of it. And that is Fallout in a nutshell. The future of tomorrow. And then we're gonna cover it in nuclear hellfire. So, the Cold War happens, but instead of Russia bowing out, Russia bows out. And China says, alright, we'll tag in. We got this. And China didn't, you know, fall flat on their face with the whole Mao bullshit. Swig a Mountain Dew for the working man. We're gonna steal the Geeks and Gamers Jeremy thing, because I find it funny. And I'm talking too much bright and early in the morning. So, since we have now bombed ourselves into oblivion, we have all of this very pristine stuff, which, again, two different ideas. Bethesda have their own idea for Fallout, which doesn't work. A lot of people just don't know, don't care, so it works on that front. But, like, once you know what the intended vision is, you can kind of see where things kind of went wrong. If that makes sense. I mean, you can still enjoy all of this stuff. It's just the vision of how things went. I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Which, shockingly, are still around. And in pretty damn good health. Who knew? Cockroaches wouldn't survive the nuclear Armageddon unscathed with, we will show you a cockroach soon enough. But cats? Cats came out fine. Just more proof that they come from hell. Okay, we are now hunting the most dangerous game. Not those, but that counts. Clack, clack, motherfucker. Shit! Alright, time to go Jamaican. Yep, that be him. Oh, fleshy, fleshy. That there is a window blow. And part of the reason why I bought this fucking shotgun. Try and take them out with a 44 and a freaking hunting rifle. Doesn't work. But he gave me screws, and that is what we want. May not be enough for what I need, but it is a start. I said sit! So, due to criticism and people not knowing dick about how concepts work, which, again, you don't know, you don't know. It's tragic, but it is what it is. You gotta think about what we know about nuclear annihilation now compared to the idea of where Fallout was meant to take place. The future, blown to hell, from the perspective of someone living way back in the day. Now, way back in the day, we assumed that if we blew up the Earth with nuclear bombs, it would be a salting the Earth, and nothing would grow. Which is, it's tragic when you think about it realistically, but from like game perspective, it's an interesting concept. I'm not gonna lie. So, games like Fallout 1, 2, other games we don't speak of, 3 in New Vegas, the reason they're so dark and dreary and there's nothing green, there's no plants, and what plants there are few and far between, is because we assume that the earth that we made is infertile and it will kill anything we try to put in it. So it's basically a brown-gray simulator for that reason. Because nothing's supposed to grow. Well, the average normie, which praise the average normie because they can make really small things take off, they don't know this and they just think it looks ugly and they just want color. There are pros and cons to hearing out people who don't know things. Sometimes they can help you think outside the box, and I hear them. Woo! Headshot! Right in there. So, the average normie can help with introducing you to new concepts and making you think outside the box a bit. They can also ruin an entire vision on things, especially when you're handing a creation over to someone who doesn't know, doesn't care. And Fallout's supposed to be kind of a interesting cautionary tale. I mean, it's an RPG. There's supposed to be a lot of story beats. And the newer ones have lost a lot of their storytelling abilities due to the fact that they wanted to go for a wider audience. Like, there's a lot of systems in Fallout as a franchise that makes you stop and question things. Like, there's a lot of really funny things, and there's a lot of twisted, like, oh, wow. I mean, there is a quest in Fallout New Vegas, which is really, really interesting in my opinion, because it makes you have to stop and think about what the right call on some things. And there's normally a lot of tough choices, and depending on how you set up your character, you can't get the best outcome always. Sometimes there are just tragic things that happen, and you're the reason why. Which, for the record, this gun, whoever designed the firearms for both Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, because a lot of these are just flipped assets, you wouldn't have the bolt open on the left-hand side. Because you can use your left hand to kind of help keep everything in line, and then you move your right hand up from the trigger, and you would then just grab it there, and it would keep you on point. That's one of the benefits of bolt-action rifles and stuff, is they keep you on point, and they're more accurate that way. Because you don't move a whole lot. Your right hand literally can slide up, and if you get the right, I'm drawing blanks on all this crap. See, moving your gun like that is, horrible. That is horrendous design, because you want to just stay on target. So, realistically, if you had it on the right-hand side, you have this thing propped up against your shoulder, your left hand is out there keeping it stable, you'd move your right hand up, and sometimes you can literally just cup it in between your thumb and your actual hand, and just up motion, forward motion, down motion, and then you're already right there to just grip and then grab the trigger. And it keeps you tremendously on point. Which, political talking point that would love to debunk because it's stupid. Guns are fascinating, like how they work. And you can apply a lot of this logic, like a lot of the mechanisms and stuff, to other applications in life. I mean, yeah, military purposes, yada yada, all that crap. But I mean, just general accuracy and other stuff, and other engineering mechanics. The level of skill that you have to get really good with a weapon of this grade is immense. So like the talking point of semi-auto and everything else, this requires a stupid amount of practice. Like, I would say it takes more skill to get good with one of these, stupidly good, than it takes to become the best basketball player on planet Earth. That's my hot take on it. But semi-auto, it's a little bit more user-friendly to an extent because it requires less skill to be able to just put things on point. But like actual accuracy takes a major hit. And due to all the moving parts, because the more moving parts something has, the less accurate it has a tendency to be. And we have overbuilt and overdesigned so many things in order to change that. To the point where we actually have like gun designs, like prototypes, that are so expensive. Like they made like one of as like a concept, and they never got to the point of like refining it because they were just so god awfully expensive that it's impractical. That, and then the U.S. military, because most of the time it's the U.S. military, they decide that they want to go the cheaper route, and then they'll find something really, really dumb to dump billions of dollars into. For no goddamn reason. Like, just horrendous spending sprees. Like, there's a couple YouTubers I follow that form a military, and they gripe about all their experiences in the Army. And, they're horrendous to hear about, but it's like, if you don't laugh, you'll kind of cry, especially like how much passion they throw into how badly they got screwed, and just how stupid some of these ideas are. Like, Zach Hazard and Mike Burnfire, they're a couple YouTubers I've listened to. If you want to hear some tragic military stories that are just like, they're not horrible, if that makes sense. It's more of the ineptitude and the fact that people had to tolerate it, to put it in the best of terms. They went into a really dark over explanation of the Army beret, which, you know, berets on paper and in video games where you don't have to do anything for them, they look cool and they seem like, you know, an interesting fashion statement. The logistics of the beret is nightmare fuel. And I'm not gonna steal from them. Go watch their videos if you're so inclined. But there's just a lot of military stories where you're not better coming out of the military because of the military. You are a better individual coming out of the military despite the military. Because over bureaucracy will royally shaft you. Which, working for a couple jobs where they want you to go left and right at the same time and you have to figure out how to square up that circle. I hate that glitch. I hate that glitch. Just randomly taking damage without taking damage. But yeah, anytime where you have to try to do something that will directly hinder another order you're given, and you just have to figure out how to do it, the military is filled with all sorts of that crap from what I've found out. I mean, I have managed to friend a decent chunk of vets over the years, and just some of the stuff you hear are just out there. And 95% of the time, it's self-destructive to no end. Which is tragic, and then people come home, and then they had to deal with all the crap from people who just, again, don't know, don't care.